Hello everyone, my name is Tejas Awale and you are watching Horizon Across. Let's enjoy learning. In today's episode, we'll talk about the great and interesting Hubble's law. I know I promised to make a video on the composition of the universe, but I got really inspired by one of our teammates, Varshit. I liked the fact that he was brave enough to explain maths in a very fun way. Well, I'm not going to do a lot of maths because not everybody enjoys maths. So, I have decided to explain Hubble's law, which, if you know Ohm's law, will completely mesmerize you. If you don't, then don't worry, it's not related to the topic at hand. Okay, let's not bore myself anymore and let's get started. So, before getting started with Hubble's law, I guess we need to learn about some other related topics. So, the first topic that we're going to look at today is none other than the Doppler's effect. Now, to understand this, let's start with an example of everyday life. I mean, that's until you live on the space station. So, the example is when you see a fire truck with the siren on moving towards you, you will soon be able to listen to the siren. That is, if you're not deaf, but let's not dwell upon that topic. So, yeah, you will hear a distinct sound of the siren. Now, when the same truck would move away from you, you'll listen to a different, distinct sound. This is a prime example of Doppler's effect. Doppler effect basically says that when a wave is moving, the wave in front of it will experience crowding, whereas the waves behind will experience what the cool kids like to say spacing. As we can see in the lovely figure that I totally just drew. So, now, how is this related to our topic of interest? The universe. That brings us to the next subtopic redshifts and blueshifts. So, what is redshifts and blueshifts? Now, this is where light comes into play. We all know that light is both a ray and a wave. So, in this case, we'll look at light as a wave and not a ray. We also know that the color of light depends on the wavelength of the light. For those of you who don't know, here's a graph showing the wavelength of different colored lights. So, I bet most of you have already guessed the point I'm coming at. Light being a wave also has to follow the Doppler's effect, thus making the light look more red and blue than it actually is. Thus the light coming towards us looks more blue and is called blue shifted light, and the light going away from us looks more red and thus called red shifted light. This was a really amazing discovery because this proved that the universe was indeed expanding as the majority of light around us was redshifted. This discovery also helped us determine whether a galaxy is moving towards or away from our planets. This finally brings us to the main topic at hand, the Hubble's law. So, now you see, Hubble proved that his belief was correct and that the universe was genuinely expanding. And it wasn't expanding in just any way. To explain its expansion in a proper way, I'll give you guys an analogy. You see, our universe is like a balloon. Now make some points on the balloon. Now when we blow air in the balloon, it expands and the points appear to move away from each other. And in the same way, we seem to be pins in the fabric of the universe. But this analogy also shows that I'm completely obsessed with balloons for no apparent reason. Well, let's not dwell on this topic for long. So, this begs the question, what is the speed at which the universe is expanding? And as the work-loving creature that Edwin Hubble was, he made a law for this specific purpose. He said that the speed of light at which a galaxy is moving away from other galaxies is proportional to the redshift of the light coming from these very galaxies, which means that the farther the galaxy is from us, the faster it is moving away from us, because the farther the galaxy, the more redshifted the light will be. So now, to make this into a formula, Hubble added a constant, which he named Hubble's constant, which is the ratio of the speed of recession of a galaxy due to the expansion of the universe to its distance from the observer, which is very similar to the derivation of Ohm's law. And with this, we come to an end of today's video. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, you will be able to see a like button down there. Yeah, that one. Go on, press it.